Here's a tip for tip for first-time players. If you've never played D&D or you've never played any role-play tabletop game, um, this is going to sound weird, but try to go for the single most generic thing you can create. I know, it sounds weird. Go average stats if you can. You see the high and the bottom. Try to aim in all ways away from both high and bottom. Try to keep it as middle row as you can. I know this is weird advice, but hear me out. Try to pick something, if it's a class or something, ask your DM to explain a little bit about the classes, and look for something that just sounds middle of the road. As middle of the road as you can get. Support character or just middle. Now you're going to ask me why. Why? Well, when you're playing a middle of the road character and you're just beginning, you're going to learn a lot more. You're not necessarily bad at anything, you're not necessarily good at anything. So you'll be able to get your hands in on a lot more in the game. Second reason to create a generic character is because 9 times out of 10, this character isn't going to last if it's your first. I'm sorry. You're going to do something silly or whatever. You just will lose interest. Now, you may have a nostalgic part. Oh, but this was my first character. Oh, and it'll always be your first character. And you know, if it makes it through everything, you can always pick it up again. You can. But I'm just putting this out here. Your first character usually doesn't make it. Even if he does, you know, it's gonna be your test ground, test paper. It's the one time I wish you could play like the atypical villager over here. I wish, you know, I think it was Dragonlance originally, second edition, that came up with the idea of being able to play a commoner as a rogue class. And for new players, it's a great concept. Just playing a commoner, a common person who goes out and ends up adventuring and ends up leveling up as a commoner. And it's great. It's perfect. You actually learn a lot about the game being middle of the road. It's not the most exciting thing in the entire world, but I mean, basically, the people that have been sitting there playing a lot longer than you are really, they're going to help you. And while you're playing, you're going to discover, wait a minute, like, say for instance you took the Paladin as your first time around, you know, oh, wow, I don't like this. I prefer sneaking and stuff, and yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what? You're now playing Paladin. You're the meat shield with healing sync abilities. You're not going to be sneaking around. It's just not going to happen. So, like I said, talk to your DM, first and foremost. Try and create a character as middle of the road as you can, as middle of the road stats as you can, as middle of the everything as you can. And don't be sad if it doesn't make it. You know, be happy if it does. Hey, I made it! You know, but don't be overly sad. It's just a game. This is your first pair of shoes. You're going to walk around in it. You're probably not going to like it. Okay? These are your, first pair of shoes. Best way to look at it. Your first character is your first pair of shoes you tried on in the shoe store. You're probably not walking out with it. So, just an inside tip. Keep that in mind. And you'll have, it's a learning experience. So, just first pair of shoes. That's your first character. First pair of shoes. Done. Okay, see you in a bit.